Hello, today I'm going to be discussing adding and removing files and folders with Adobe Acrobat's portfolio. A portfolio is a collection of documents that can be altered. Now, you do have to have Adobe Acrobat to edit the contents of a portfolio. And in order to do that, you will click the edit button in the top toolbar. Once you press that button, the right hand side here will display a list of items that you can use to edit your portfolio. With this video, we're just going to be adding some files and a folder. So first things first, to add a file to this student portfolio, again, you click the edit button up here and you click add files. This will bring up a browser window to select the files and attach them to your portfolio. I have already created a few text documents that I'm going to select and press open. When I do this, it's going to attach those three documents to my portfolio. I could then go to find the location of these documents on my desktop and delete them, but they will still be in my portfolio. This makes it to where you can permanently attach documents to your portfolio and then remove them from your computer. Now, they seem kind of out of place in this portfolio. So I'm going to go ahead and create a folder and name it Add and Remove. What this does, it creates a folder within my portfolio that can house more documents. Now I'm going to select each of these documents and drag them to this Add and Remove folder. Once I do that, we can go back one level and see that we have an Add and Remove folder with three documents within it. Now, each of these documents can be double clicked. You first get a preview pane, which gives you the option to download the file, or you can click it again to open it in its native format. Here is my notepad document that is saved to my portfolio. Close it out, and we're going to go ahead and hit save. Now, if you want to add a collection of documents, you can do that too by pressing the Add Folder button. This brings up another search, and so I'm going to find a group of documents to attach to this portfolio. I'm going to click Forms, and let's do Alt Media. So what I did was add an entire folder of all the forms that are within Alt Media to this student portfolio. So now I can go back to Preview, double click in my Alt Media folder, and see all of my master forms. This allows us to edit the forms on a student by student basis. If I open up my student notes folder or file here, we can add rows, enter data, and have everything attached in this one student portfolio. So I entered my data here into student notes. I'm going to go ahead and close that out, close the preview, close the folder within the portfolio, and hit save. Once you have added all of your folders and files, you can click the Save button at the top here. Now, what's unique about this, I can open a new student portfolio and attach another group of forms, and they will only be used within this student's portfolio. Anything that I edit in here only edits it within the portfolio, so all of our master documents are fine. Now, how do you delete files? Well, you do it a similar way. You click the Edit button, and you get your right hand side column here, but you actually don't even need that. You can go to any particular folder or file within a folder and hit the trash can button. Once you hit that, it'll ask you if you want to delete it, and I'm going to say yes, and I'm actually going to delete this whole folder. And then back to preview, and then I'm going to hit save.